Good Monday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith, and this is the daily video forecast discussion for this bright and sunny Monday, August 4th, 2014. We'll start off the forecast discussion on this Monday with basically the Mid-Atlantic River forecast centers year-to-date mean aerial precipitation. Basically, the numbers and the colors here in green indicate that we're running anywhere from 2 to 6 inches above normal mean rainfall, and this is from the period January 1st through the 2nd of August when these readings are taken. The new reading for today will come out later. Right now, basically, we're running anywhere from about 25% above normal for the year so far and near normal to slightly above normal in the sections here and in the counties that are in white. Morning regional surface map this morning shows temperatures already in the upper 60s and low to mid 70s, where they did not fall off too much last night or early this morning before sunrise. A few scattered to overcast conditions across the region, and it is fairly humid out there with those dew points in the mid to the upper 60s throughout the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia metro area. Morning visible satellite imagery this morning shows the low and mid-level clouds around the region, generally high pressure and control. Lots of areas seeing lots of sunshine this morning. We'll take a look at the webcams in just a moment. Water vapor imagery shows lots of drying in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere. Our frontal boundary is stalled off the coast here. Bertha is further to the south and east. We'll get to that in a moment. And meanwhile, we still have a trough and low pressure developing across the Carolinas here and Georgia. And this will continue to be away from the region today as we're in between systems. The trough access here through the Great Lakes, small ridge building in over ahead of us, loft here, and the old frontal boundary. Not a stellar forecast this weekend as a result. We had lots of moderate to heavy rain Friday night into Saturday morning. Saturday predominantly dry. That was pretty much forecasted. The fly in the ointment here was for rain to return to the region on Saturday night into Sunday morning, and most of that rain grazed the Delmarva and southern New Jersey coastline and then remained out to sea south and east of Long Island. So Sunday really was not a stellar forecast from the beginning. A bird's eye view of the radar mosaic here. Showers and thunderstorms off the Carolina coast. We have Bertha here north of the islands or just around the island chain here. High pressure in control of our weather. Closer look here, the rain off the Carolina coast with the frontal boundary. Precipitation free here, the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia metropolitan area, and will remain so throughout today. And of course, if you're still a little dizzy or have vertigo, chances are you probably have sinus infection or sinus issues, and that continues as the result of grasses, channel pods, and nettle being the predominant pollens broadcasting in the medium to high side today right through Friday. Very uncomfortable. And the latest from the National Hurricane Center on Tropical Storm Bertha. Maximum sustained winds around 60 knots, 70 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure 999. We only have to go up about 4 miles per hour higher, and then we'll have our first hurricane here, but chances are it will remain a tropical disturbance and move away from the coast. Minimum central pressure 999 millibars. It's about 26.1 north, 73.6 west, a movement to the north at about 14 knots. Latest Google mapping on Tropical Storm Bertha will probably become a minimal hurricane here across and offshore the Carolinas before it moves back into tropical storm status within the next 48 hours as it moves away from the region. Now, the rip currents and swells will increase along the Delaware and New Jersey coastlines, and that means that rip currents will be on the moderate to high side over the next 48 hours. And we're looking at a mixture of MVFR to a little bit of lifted IFR across the region this morning as we have plenty of moisture in place, a little fog, a little haze. It's humid out there. And basically, we're expecting all of this to burn off as the sun continues to work its way over the atmosphere this morning. And probably just a little bit of MVFR ceilings later. Basically, winds are light and variable or calm this morning. Winds will pick up out of the northwest west later this morning into the afternoon, generally less than about 10 knots. Winds are expected to become more southwesterly later this evening before becoming light and variable again overnight. For Tuesday, mainly VFR conditions, a slight chance of an afternoon shower and thunderstorm. Tuesday night, mainly VFR again in the evening with some late night MVFR ceiling and visibility restrictions possible. Mainly VFR with the chance for a shower or thunderstorm again on Wednesday, and mainly VFR conditions Wednesday night right through Friday. Right now it's soupy outside of Newark Airport, where we have a few clouds at 900, a few scattered clouds at 1600. Otherwise, it's generally fair. Visibility 10 miles. The wind is southwest at 3. Very light steering here. Temperature 75, dew point 66, humidity 74%. Philadelphia is looking good this morning too. 75, dew point 65, humidity 71%. Wind is light out of the north at about 8 knots. Mostly cloudy, a few scattered clouds at 20,000, and a few scattered clouds at 26,000. A few scattered clouds rather at 2,000, and scattered clouds at 26,000. VFR conditions in place. Beautiful picture from Cape May, New Jersey, with the lighthouse here and a beautiful sunshine and light swell to the wind here in the sea. As well, partly sunny today, areas of fog around 80 temperature-wise, west winds at around 5 miles per hour becoming south in the afternoon. Seas at around 3 feet, southeast swell at 2 to 3 feet, surf temperature in the low to mid 70s. That's pleasant. UVI index is 9. That's very high. Sunscreen is a must. There's a moderate risk of rip currents today through the next 48 hours or so. So please swim in lifeguarded areas and use a flotation device as well. The next high tide at Atlantic City will be at 2:10 this afternoon. This week's forecast, not a bad one indeed. We've got Bertha moving off the coast of the Carolinas and then eventually passing on Wednesday very close to the, well, actually well out to sea, but further off the mid-Atlantic coast states, and that means that rip current risk is going to be high right along the Delaware, New Jersey, New York coastal waters, with the swells from that coming inland. But other than that, we're not really expecting much in the way of really any precipitation, maybe some fog at night, soupy air mass in place, scattered clouds around, lots of sunshine too. Temperatures really supporting the low to the mid 80s throughout the week, and that's pretty much along the coast too. Find an increase of moisture with the remnants or thereafter moving up of Bertha off the coast on Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening as that Bertha moves further away from the coastal regions, keeping us in just some scattered cloud cover around, no precipitation, basically maybe an isolated shower or thunderstorm. Will increase that throughout the day on Wednesday and Wednesday night as a cold front moves through the region and the upper trough moves overhead and then further east of us towards the weekend. So it looks like pretty much a nice week indeed. GFS maps into motion here. High pressure over the region during today. Here's Bertha off the Carolina coast and southeastern Atlantic here. It will be moving further away up off the coastal waters with the cold frontal boundary, our upper level trough, swinging it out to sea and keeping it away from the forecast region throughout its entire life cycle here. And the trough axis building in with a cold frontal passage on Wednesday evening and early Thursday morning. That could be a few showers and even an isolated thunderstorm around the region on Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening as the trough axis moves through. That high pressure builds in from the Great Lakes to the mid-Atlantic coast states for Friday into the weekend with very pleasant conditions. We'll be monitoring this low pressure area here across the southeastern United States. Most of that should remain to our south as high pressure continues to build in across the forecast region over the weekend. And the latest 8 to 10 day means in the 500 millibar pattern according to the European model, the GFS, and the CMC, the Canadian model here, continues to show the blocking with high pressure, stronger heights across southeastern Canada up to Greenland. And that means the trough in the means across the eastern United States will continue to feature generally cooler than average conditions and areas of disturbances moving through the general flow. So get outside and enjoy this fine weather this week because it looks like it's going to be a continuation of that going into the weekend. The only difference here, the only thing to really monitor or pay attention is the rip currents at the beaches from offshore tropical storm and then eventually just Category 1 Hurricane Bertha over the next 48 hours along the New Jersey and Delaware coast and the New York waters as well. A few showers and thunderstorms Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night with the cold frontal passage and then just near seasonable temperatures as we go into the next weekend, the second weekend of August 2014. For Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Have a terrific Monday.